Are you looking to grow your collection? The Fanatics Marketplace is a great way how. Try the weekly auctions or the premier auctions. Just make sure you're using the Cajun Cardboard affiliate link in this video description to support the Cajun Cardboard channel or the QR code.
Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with another Explore the Card episode. This is episode number 70 and we are going to discuss the 1998 Topps Apparitions that you see on your screen. Let me get you guys over to screen share. Okay, so we're good. I've got it all set up. Sorry, I haven't done very many of these recently. As always, let's start by talking about the set that this particular card comes from. It comes from 1998 Topps. Anytime I go to looking at sets and insert sets and what's in them and things like that, I use tcdb.com. People message me and ask me all the time, hey, what do you use, Cajun? What do you use to kind of figure out what's going on with an insert, whether you want it, where it comes from, how many cards are in there, what the set looks like, the checklist. I use a trading card database, tcdb.com. So that's what you're looking at right here. The 98 Topps set, the base set, consists of 220 cards in no particular order. The big rookies in 98 are the usual suspects: Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki, Paul Pierce. You can pretty much kill it there as far as collectability in the hobby. And good luck finding a Paul Pierce collector. Jordan is card number 77 of the base set. Let's see if we can find the Jordan base in here. Let's go to checklist. He's card number 77. Where is he? It's a kind of a funky looking card. Here it is. That's what the card looks like. A PSA 10 copy of the card on your screen is going to run you about $300 to $350. It's only a pop 93, so wow. Double digit pop for a Topps Michael Jordan PSA 10 is pretty rare. I think they printed less in 1998. That's just my guess. I know Topps Chrome had sort of started to take, well, not started to, but certainly had taken the lead over Topps paper, and so I don't think they printed quite as many. It's also tough to grade because it's dark, 4 dark corners and edges on the front, and it's black 4 edges and corners on the back. The most notable insert sets from 1998 Topps. Let me get you back there. So we'll scroll up here. We'll go click back again, and then we're going to click inserts and related sets, and here you go. Apparitions, which we're going to talk about today, which was retail only, Series 1 retail only. The Chrome Preview refractors were inserted into these packs. The East-West refractors and East-West were obviously big. Topps Legacies, which you guys are familiar with, Topps Round Ball Royalty and refractors, and then of course the Season's Best, which features that Bombardiers Jordan and a bunch of other really cool looking cards. The only parallel set from 98 Topps is going to be this one right here, the O-Pee-Chee, and those are crazy rare. They're in Canadian packs. Good luck finding a Jordan O-Pee-Chee in high grade. Cards 1 through 110 only. That's Series 1. Inserted 1 in 3 Canadian packs. Cards have an O-Pee-Chee logo instead of a Topps logo on the front. There are 15 cards in the Apparitions set. So let's get looking at the card that we're here to talk about today. And it's going to be A15, right? It's going to be this Jordan card that you see on your screen right there. It's just a badass looking card, front and back. I think it's just great looking. The image of Jordan on the back is hilarious. He's pissed off at somebody like, why the hell did you do that when I clearly told you to do something else? Or did you just shoot the ball when I specifically said only I get to take shots? The front is great. It looks like it's got like electromagnetic microwave, waves in the background, things like that. It's a chromey looking card. There are 15 cards in the Apparitions set, and so we're looking at them right here. You got Kobe, Steph, Brent Barry, Karl Malone, Shaq, Chris Webber, Sean Kemp, Hakeem, Anthony Hardaway, The Penny, Michael Finley, Keith Van Horn, the Great White Hope at the time, Kevin Garnett, Vin Baker, Tim Duncan, and Michael Jordan. 8 of the 15 are Hall of Famers. That gives us a 53.3% Hall of Fame rate. I would say the imposters are Vin Baker, Keith Van Horn, and Brent Barry, but honestly, Keith Van Horn and Vin Baker were all-stars, and then Brent Barry was a really good player, a really fun player to watch, and would have been an amazing fantasy basketball player because he did a little bit of everything, and he was a great gotta have on your team. So we'll call him an imposter just from a collectability standpoint. Nobody that I'm aware of collects Vin Baker, Keith Van Horn, or Brent Barry. At least I've never met one. So we'll call them in the 3 out of the 15 are imposters. There's actually a Topps Chrome Apparitions, okay? So here's the deal, and I don't want you guys to get confused. This is important stuff. There's a 1998 Topps Chrome Apparitions insert set as well, but it's only 14 cards. It's not 15 cards. And who do you think is missing? Michael Jordan. It had something to do with the number of cards that they were entitled or authorized or licensed to print for Michael Jordan. They printed a Topps Apparitions A15. They did not print a Topps Chrome Apparitions or a Topps Chrome, and this is the sad part. They did not print a Topps Chrome Apparitions refractor. Yes, there's a refractor parallel insert set. There's no MJ there, and those Apparitions refractors were serial numbered to 100. Yikes, that would be a huge card. Would that Apparitions refractor Jordan be a tier 1 card? That's what somebody asked me, and I'm like, it would have been knocking on the door with the platinum medallions and a couple of the other big boy tier 2 cards. A serial numbered to 100 refractor playing years Jordan that looks like that would be filthy. That would be a humongous card. The refractors are, like I said, serial number to 100. Listen to this. They're 1 in 14,210 pack odds. So that would have been tough to keep that Apparitions refractor Jordan, the mythical Apparitions refractor Jordan serial number to 100. It would be tough to keep it out of tier 1 of the hierarchy. Apparitions, the real Apparitions, the tops that we're talking about today were 1 in 36 Series 1 retail packs. MJ was 1 in 540 Series 1 retail packs. If you guys want to know more about that, you can always consult the Cajun Cardboard hierarchy. Again, that is this is a look at tier 4. I can't remember what page it is, but here's your Apparitions nestled right down here in the bottom right corner between the Ultra Effort Gold Medallion and the Showstoppers. And there's that 98 Season's Best Bombardiers we were just referencing as well. And of course, you got some other great Jordan cards around it. It's crazy how you can look at tier 4 and see some amazing Jordan cards, which are, $10,000 plus in PSA 10. So the Hierarchy Project posters are still available. This is just one page of that Hierarchy Project. Remember, if you want to know the pack odds for all the cards that you see in the Hierarchy Project, they're all on the back of that 2 by 3 foot glossy poster board. All right, let's look at, I always like to be transparent, so let me show you mine. This is mine. I've got a baby. I'm looking for a PSA 10, more likely a BGS 9.5, more likely neither. And we're going to talk about that in a second. I have to be happy with a PSA 8, and I'll show you why when we look at the pops and the prices and the table. There's only 4 combined gems out there. So I've got an 8 right now. I will definitely replace this with a PSA 9 at some point. There's 67 PSA 9s. I will probably get my hands on one of those at the National, God willing. We shall see, but I'm looking to upgrade this from an 8 to a 9, but that's about the best you can hope for. You're just not going to see a Gem Mint copy pop out of the weeds into a public auction. But if anybody does have one available and they happen to be watching this, yes, I am very interested. But this is what the card looks like we talked about. So on the back, we always like to read the narrative, and it says, "Don't blink or you'll miss. The greatest ever at defeating the double team." True, Jordan has been a magnet for multiple coverage throughout his career, but he still gets his 25 to 30 points. He still gets his 25 to 30 A points night with his unparalleled array of spins. That is definitely a grammar error. He still gets his 25 to 30 A points night with his unparalleled array of spins, fakes, counters, leans, and dribble drives. Okay, so really terrible grammar there. They needed an editor to proofread that, but that's your card. That's what it looks like. Let's move along. Let's give the people what they want. And I know what you guys want. You want to know the pops and the prices, and that's what we've got pulled up here. What stands out to me on this table? Again, obviously we've got the 2 Gem Mint grades. We've got the 2 mint grades right below it. There is 102 mint copies. That ain't a lot, to be honest with you. There's only 4, as we mentioned, Gem Mint copies. PSA is graded about twice as many as Beckett, but what stands out to me? Well, the gem percentage stands out, for God's sakes. 1% and 2%. That's low even by Jordan 90's insert standards. That's absurdly low. What else stands out to me? Well, this is what stands out to me. The card never sells, for God's sakes. If you look at the sold price, which is the last sale, and highest sale columns, they match for 3 of the grades. The last sale was the highest sale in history for PSA 10, for BGS 9.5, and for PSA 9. If you look at how many have sold in the last 6 months, no gem copies, not surprisingly, there's only 4. 1 BGS 9 and 6 PSA 9. So it seems like a large number of PSA 9s have sold, and they've sold for about 11, 18 on average, but don't think you're going to pick one up for 11, 18 because the last one, it's rising. The last one sold for $2,145. That is a 206% increase over the last 6 months. You heard that right. 206% increase over the last 6 months. So there's our chart. There's no BGS 10s. There's no BGS 10 black labels. The combined gem population we talked about is 4. How often does it sell? 0 Gem Mint copies have sold in the last 6 months. 0, not 1. That is rare. Rare indeed. What's on eBay? I want to go buy one. What can I find? Well, here we go. I typed in 98 Topps Apparitions, Michael Jordan. You've got a BGS 9 that's at auction. That'll probably be over by the time you guys see this video. There's a raw right there for $394. There is another raw for $299. There is another raw for $500. I'm looking at this and I'm wondering what the good is. Where are we at? What did we say a PSA 9 was worth? $2,000. Damn, that might be worth picking up that raw and just seeing what you can do with it. Moving along, we got an 8.5, we got a 7, we got a raw, we got a SGC 9, and we got a raw, which is a repeat. It's a duplicate. So as you can see, I didn't see. Well, there's your BGS 9. That's the best copy on the market right now, assuming that one of these raws doesn't grade for higher than that or better than that. So that's what's on eBay. What if I want to buy a box? Well, look, slim pickings again. Like I said, I don't think they printed as many 1998 Topps as the other stuff. And you've got to look for, remember, this Apparitions. This is always important to remember if you're trying to pull cards out of sealed wax from the 90s, which I do not recommend because it's needle in a haystack stuff. Leave it for the deep pockets. Leave it for the Nat Turners and the wealthy elite in the hobby. There's only one 1998 Series 1 retail box available for you to go Jordan Apparitions chasing, and it's only $374.99. So that would be a fun rip. I must admit, there's only one of them out there, so that's pretty impressive. Pretty low pop as far as that sealed box goes. What do I own and what do I grade? Well, we talked about it. I own this baby. It's a PSA 8. I'm looking to upgrade it, obviously. Am I a buy, a sell, or a hold? We've talked about it. I'm 100% a very, very temporary holder of this card. I would love to purchase a 9, and then I would love to sell the 8 to offset those costs. Hopefully, I can pick up a 9. PSA 9 is specifically what I'd be looking for. There's 60 plus of them, so I can track one of those down. Maybe somebody watching has one. I'd be interested in buying it. Maybe I can track one of those down at the National. We shall see. I've stopped with the Grail high, mid, low, kind of ranking the cards. We're just going to refer to the hierarchy from now on. And like we mentioned, this is a Tier 4, page 8 for you guys that have the poster. Tier 4, page 8, row 3. That's where this card fits in the hierarchy, and it's card number 8 on row number 3. So there's the card on Tier 4, page 8. What an awesome page. I could just sit here, look at this, and talk about every one of these cards in here, whether I have it, whether I want it, stories about the cards, what I like the most, what's the rarest, what the pack odds are if you flip the poster over. So from now on, we're just going to state where these cards fit in the hierarchy. You guys can figure out where it fits in the hierarchy. Tier 4, page 8, row 3. There you go. Similar value cards. All right, this is tough because we don't have any PSA 10 sales of this card. Card Ladder thinks a PSA 10 Apparitions would be about $7,500. Let's just go with that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Do you think if a PSA 10 showed up at auction for the Apparitions a PSA 10 copy of the Apparitions, it would be worth more or less than $7,500. I don't know. Card Ladder estimates $7,500. Let's just go with it. So we've got $7,500 to spend. We've got to choose between the Apparitions and maybe 3 other Jordan cards in about that price range. I've got 3 pulled up. Your 1996 Maximum Metal, which is beautiful. Your 1995 Natural Born Thrillers, which is beautiful. And your 1998 Topps East West Refractor Jordan Front Kobe Back, which is meaningful, beautiful, and one of only 2 refractors from Jordan's playing years with Kobe and Jordan front to back. So that's a tough decision. The 96 Maximum Metal is a pop 26. The Natural Born Thriller is a pop 55. The East West is a pop 104. That's really all I have to say, because we know that the Apparition is a pop 2. I'm going with the Apparitions. I'm definitely going with the Apparitions. Regardless of where the others appear in the hierarchy, I'm going with the Apparitions, because if you don't pick up the PSA 10, you can't you can't wait on it. You're not going to see it. It's like Sasquatch popping out in the wild. So for that reason alone, the pop 2 versus 26, 55, 104, whatever I said, go with the Apparitions. Next in order, I'd go East-West, even though it's the highest pop, because I think it's the most recognizable of the others. Natural Born Thrillers is a very popular card as well, but this card's going to appeal to not only Jordan collectors but Kobe collectors, so I think long term this card's going to do really, really well despite its recent struggles. And then I'd go Natural Born Thrillers with my next card in order right here, and then the last card I'd go with, which is again a tough card, and I'm lucky to own the card. I remember I picked this card up in Chicago at a trade night at a little table outside a coffee shop in my hotel one late night. I think it was my last night in Chicago at the last National. I remember getting a deal done for this card with a gentleman that was sitting at a table, and it was sitting there amongst a bunch of soccer cards and football cards and some other weird stuff, and I was like, that's a kind of an important card. Let's get something done. I got it done. Handed the guy some cash and walked out with a Maximum Metal, which is now an $8,000 card. I did really, really well in this card. This is a card that's running. Holy crap. I just looked at this. Look at this card over the last year. Where is this? Look at this card over the last 2 years, up 34%. The last sale is the highest sale. It sounds like the Apparitions. Almost $8,000. Yikes. On the Cajun Cardboard scale of Jordan card relevance, I'm going to give the card of the day, the Apparitions, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think about the 1998 Topps Apparitions. If you've got one for sale in a PSA 9, I'm interested. If you got a PSA 10 or a BGS 9.5, I'm even more interested, and I'll pay pretty aggressively. But let me know if you guys have this card, if you're on the hunt for this card. Let me know if you've got a card. This was a suggestion from a viewer. They wanted me to feature the Apparitions card in the next episode, so I went with it. And I was like, you know what? That's a good point. I'll do the Apparitions card. This is a card that's not in the Card Ladder database, so it took a little bit of extra work, but that's worth it for people who are specifically interested in a particular card. And so hopefully you enjoyed this episode featuring the 98 Topps Apparitions. Let me know in the comments what you want the next episode to be. Again, if you guys want to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, there's a couple ways. You can use the promo code Cajun, all capital letters, CAJUN, if you're selling cards or vaulting cards on the Fanatics or PWCC Marketplace. Again, PWCC is about to change its names to Fanatics Collect, so you can use the promo code Cajun. Another way is you could buy a hierarchy poster. If you want details on the hierarchy poster, I will put those in the description to my YouTube videos moving forward, or you could just message me on Instagram. I'm very easy to reach, especially if you have questions about the hierarchy project or the posters. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, just go into my playlist on the YouTube channel and click Michael Jordan Hierarchy, and you're going to have a lot of fun content to catch up on if you're interested in collecting Michael Jordan cards. Anyway, thank you guys as always for watching another episode of Explore the Card. I'm doing these probably about every other Friday right now, which seems to be the sweet spot, and you guys seem to like these because we're pushing 1,000 views on these things. So thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. Hopefully I'll see you guys in Cleveland at the National. Peace.